All right. So, in the year 2020, there was a huge shift in just how the world operates. We went from one regime to another. Now, the regime that we went from was controlled from the shadows by this regime. Okay? You couldn't just have this regime just popping up out of nowhere. Like they just didn't exist and now they do. No. They've been existed. It's just really that they were asleep. Okay? They like to sleep and they like to control things through their dreams. Okay? Something happened that made them have to wake up and actually consciously run some shit. Okay? They had their inmates running this asylum, this world. But, for reasons we'll get into, those inmates are no longer in charge. Okay, now those inmates were the fallen angels. And like I've said before, the fallen angels, in their philosophy, is a higher level of philosophy than the regime we have now. Okay, their philosophy is the self. Okay, and the philosophy we have now is equality. Why is the self on a higher level than this equality shit? Well, at least with yourself, I mean, you can include God with that. I want if you're all about yourself, well, God can help you with yourself. But I'm saying this new philosophy, basically, you're saying you're equal to God, or at least His Son. And it's part of just why there's been this rise in like nihilism, and just an overall degradation of things, the way things were before. I'm saying before people would mention God, before God was, he was above us. Now it's just we're all equal with this crap. So in the year 2020, we saw a bunch of shit start to kick off. Okay, now one of the main things I would say that happened in 2020, and this is basically just a new culture I'm trying to tell y'all about. Okay, so cancel culture, for instance, is one thing, and wokeness and shit. That's one thing, and I'm saying all these elements were already here because these bitches were already here. But it was on sleep mode. Now it's on awake mode. So shit like the economy. This is something that they always controlled, but now they're really going to, rub it in our face. Our economic condition, one where money is just randomly just printed. And there's nothing backing it up. It's just all imaginary. So obviously we know what happened in 2020, okay? And I'm saying the reason that was done was because we had a regime shift. This country and really the world were ran by Hollywood and Washington, D.C., okay? Hollywood was the fallen angels' way of running shit. Okay? They didn't care who was in charge of whatever country or whatever, because if they had Hollywood, they could just take a shit on them whenever they wanted to. And they were more popular than the people in charge. And to them, that's really, that's how they were going to rule the world, through popularity, through supermodels, through Hollywood actors, okay? Through music, through athletes. These are all things that the fallen angels used to fend off these bitches who are running shit now, and, get a foothold as far as having some control in the world. And I'm saying, and all that shit was basically destroyed, or took a huge step back when this new regime popped up. Okay? So, this new regime is led by Nyarlathotep. Okay? He's the Buddha. That's where all this equality shit comes from. He's Tartarus. So you're going to see just this very dark underworld type shit going on. This is why, so many people were walking around wearing masks. Because that's just in his mind, that's just his wet dream. Okay, he's just weird like that. Another thing is, these people are so fucking weird looking that, they needed to transition this new human being from Tartarus, which is, where Nyarlathotep controls, that they just dredge up from the underworld. And so we've seen a huge rise, at least I have. I've seen a huge rise in homelessness. Okay, I feel like a lot of these homeless people were just dredged up from the underworld. Okay, they didn't live here their whole lives. They just came here, you know what I'm saying? And this has been building up. There's been a big push from denizens of the underworld to go to the surface world. Okay? They've been waiting for a long time for an excuse, for a way to take over the surface world. A lot of them. Okay? And so this is their... This regime, but let me say this regime is actually over. A new regime has stepped up just very recently. It's been in the transition, and it has kind of to do with AI. Like AI in this, in Nyarlathotep, the one who runs this, has ran this whole new regime. They roll together, okay? And now AI rolls with somebody who is the leader of the new regime that just kind of popped up. But this video is it goes along with the end of the age of angels, okay? Because I'm saying the angel age ended. Say that 3 times fast. It ended in the year 2020. The end of Hollywood was basically the end of the fallen angels. That shit was extremely powerful. Possibly as powerful, or more powerful than damn Washington, D.C. Okay? So anyways, So yeah, so we're here in this new regime, and I'm saying we've seen cancel culture take off, we've seen wokeness take off. Another thing we've seen take off is the medical field. Okay, um, see, Nyarlathotep runs the medical field. He's every male doctor. Just like he's any country that has a male leader, they're going to be Nyarlathotep. Now, if it's a female leader, it's going to be Nyx. If it's a female in the medical field, most likely it's going to be Nyx. Okay? This is a reason why he was able to do this, because he has Nyx now. So he's not just this weirdo outer being, Nyarlathotep. He has a goddess. He has a archangel. Simiel is Nyx. So he can like have a female counterpart for all this shit, and have a way to transition more smoothly from the fallen angels. Okay, because he's got a member of the angels working for him, being this poor female or whatever. Like, you're not going to feel bad for an avatar of Nyarlathotep, a female avatar of Nyarlathotep. Okay, but you will feel bad for this goddess, this archangel. So that has been huge for him and this transition. So anyways, I guess I'm running out of time. I'll just make another video continuing on.